Poland's one of those countries where some things are really cheap whilst others are jacked up to horrendous prices.
But overall, Gdansk is a pretty cheap place to stay, eat and explore. Although we were in Gdansk for only 24 hours, which is not a long time, we made it our goal to find out as much information as possible from various sources, locals or otherwise, wherever we could find it, to find out how much it will actually cost to live and travel in Poland, Gdansk.
Food in Gdansk on the whole was cheaper than the UK. Like, supermarkets are about 10 to 20% cheaper on most staples than the UK, but we did find a few exceptions. Fruit and veg from the supermarkets were anywhere between 2 and 5 zloty per kilogram, depending on what it was. And this was in the supermarkets, so the markets are going to be even cheaper. Bread was also surprisingly very cheap as well. I mean, the little bread rolls, the individual ones, are about 0.3 zloty each, and a decent loaf of bread was about 1 to 2 zloty as well. And those little pastries that you can get from bakeries or supermarkets are about 1 zloty each as well.
Although I did notice that the bread in Poland is a bit sweeter, or maybe sour, but it's not bready enough.
Cheese and dairy, however, seem to be around the same price as the UK, Western Europe and US. Like, you know, eggs are 5 zloty for 6 eggs, milk is 4 zloty per litre, and so on.
The cost of eating out obviously depends on where you go. Fast food places, takeout places and street vendors can cost anywhere between 10 to 15 zloty, while a cheapest restaurant will be around 20 to 25 zloty. When we got there, we had a kebab, of course, which cost us 15 zloty each. And then the next day we had lunch, which was a burger, chips, and onion rings or something like that, in a relatively cheap restaurant, which was around 24 zloty. And that was a good meal, like it was a big portion.
A more high-end restaurant, you know, those ones on the main streets with the waiters and the menus out in front that will try and capture you as you walk past, will be anywhere from about 30 to 50 zloty each, and they'll serve more exotic seafoods and everything else.
The accommodation we chose to stay in Gdansk was pretty modern and the pricing was relatively standard. It wasn't a hostel, it was just a normal hotel, but if you did choose to stay in a hostel, it will be around 50 zloty for a dorm room per person per night. A standard hotel room or an Airbnb will be around 100 to 150 zloty. And if you do wish to have breakfast, if they offer it, you can add on another 25 zloty. We wanted a reasonably central location that was quiet and that offered breakfast. So we chose a hotel that was 192 zloty per night. We stayed there for only one night, and although we could have chosen a bit cheaper place to go to, you know, this was perfectly fine for us.
As for transport, we've already done a transport guide for Gdansk where you can get between the airport and the city centre for under $1 US. So if you did want to go and see that, go and check out that guide. But in general, the transport in Gdansk is really cheap. I mean, you can get a 24-hour ticket for around 13 zloty, which will let you go on all the buses and trams within the city. What's more, Gdansk has an excellent rail, bus and airport link to not only the rest of Poland, but also to the rest of the EU as well.
For activities, we spent 0 zloty, and we didn't exhaust the free stuff either. There were plenty of more things to go and see for free.
We went to Westerplatte, a great, well-preserved war memorial that was free, so go and check out our vlog if you want to go and see what that looked like. We also kind of just roamed through the streets of the old city centre and just weaved in and out of the canals and tight streets.
But if you are interested in museums, there are quite a few good ones there. There's the Amber Museum, the World War II Museum, there's the European Solidarity Center, and the prices vary from 12 to 25 zloty per person. And if we had more time, we probably would have gone to 1 or 2 of them. Have you ever considered going to Poland or Gdansk? Have you already been there? How much did you find yourself spending there, either in Gdansk or anywhere else for that matter? And what did you see?
Let us know down in the comment section below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
And subscribe for more videos such as these.
Bye!